Search for enemy aircraft. Free to engage. Out. ACOM leader. Search for enemy aircraft. Free to engage. Out.
Okay, let me get the microphone set up here. Sorry about that. Let's see. We're in IL2 in the Pimax crystal, and we're trying to get XR NeckSafer working. Now, in the old days in IL2, you used a program called VR NeckSafer, which allowed you to look further to the right and left, like this, just by pushing a button on your joystick. You could increase your view behind. Otherwise, when you're playing against flat screen guys, they've got quite an advantage, because they can even go external, and some servers allow that. And that makes it much easier for them to see you than you to see them. So anything you can do to give yourself a better 6 view is the way to go. So I'm going to show you how this works in the flight, and then we're going to restart, and I'll show you how I installed it with the help of the OpenXr NeckSafer program Discord. That's XRNS Discord. And NobiWan and Patrick in particular on that Discord were a big, big help to me. Let's see if we can get this going. Okay, so it's got me above the cockpit right now, but as soon as I hit the center key, it should put me in it once I'm in the game.
ACOM leader, search for enemy aircraft.
Guess not. Okay, let's do it this way.
ACOM leader.
Had to use the 5 key on the numeric keypad.
Out.
I installed the program and I forgot to use it. So there's some variables here that I've got to learn to use this program effectively. But I think the most useful thing about the program is that now, as he goes past me on my nose vertically, I can follow him more easily. And strangely enough, that helps prevent me reefing on the stick too hard and either running out of energy or blacking out. You can also set this program up to automatically rotate further once you've reached a limit defined in degrees for how far you turn your head. Yeah, the left and right view in a dogfight doesn't seem to be as important to me as my forward up view. And being able to get that just by pushing the button forward is great. On the other hand, I'm going to have to figure out how to adjust the turn and the position of my head for checking 6 left and right as well. Because when you get into a server, most of the time you get shot down by somebody you didn't see. Just a little too realistic some ways, huh?
ACOM leader. Search for enemy aircraft. Free to engage. Out.
Now, just for fun, let's see if I can find an airport to land at. I'm also having a little trouble in IL2 with my throttle setting and stuff. I've got to do some tweaking in the key assignments. I've been spending a lot more time in Flight Simulator 2020 and 2024 and in DCS than I have in IL2, which is too bad because IL2 really is a very, very, very good game. Well, there's the guy I shot down. I just want to see if I can find an airport. The hardest thing about flying the Spitfire in DCS is landing it. IL2 is maybe a little more forgiving. Well, one of the problems is I'm on a World War I map here, so I think I'm going to have to land at one of these little grass strips here. If I can find one. That looks like it could be a strip. This plane doesn't want to slow down, even with full flaps out. I didn't have the flaps down. I haven't played this game in a long time, so I don't remember my key mappings. My memory ain't what it used to be, and my memory ain't what it used to be. Well, I don't know if this is an airfield or not, but I'm down safe anyway. So let's finish the mission. Then I'll walk you through how this comes together and how NeckSafer works. Okay, The old Finn here. Welcome back to our channel. And Finn Does Sims is the name of the channel in case you clicked on it by accident. Even if you did click on it by accident, I hope you'll stay. This is part 2 of our XR NeckSafer program or video. Now the thing about XR NeckSafer is it's extremely useful if you fly combat sims in VR. It's almost impossible in VR to check your 6 without breaking your neck once you're over the age of 20. So NeckSafer allows you to extend your view to the right or to the left or up or down just by moving a hat switch or any button on your joystick, which is extremely useful. Because the guys flying on flat screens actually, believe it or not, have an advantage in tracking. They can use an external view. Some servers allow them to use automatic tracking too, I think. I don't know. But just the external views alone gives them a huge advantage. And even if they don't use that, by mapping their views properly, they can get a look down the right or left rear side of their fuselage and have a better look than you can manage in VR. So this levels the playing field a little bit. And certainly I don't begrudge the flat screen guys anything because you know, I would never play this except in VR. That's the game changer that it is for simulation. It's just so much better. We're on the Pimax Crystal, so the first thing you want to do before you install XR NeckSafer in IL2 to get this OpenXr program working in an OpenVR game is not that difficult. And a shout out here to NobiWan and Patrick on the XRNS Discord server because they led me by the hand to figure all this out. All you really have to do is once you've got Pimax set up for OpenXr and Pimax XR, that will automatically start Steam the next time you open it in OpenXr. Then to make XR NeckSafer work with IL2, you need to swap a DLL file. I'll show you which one. Okay, let's go to local disk, program files, Steam, then Steam apps, and then common in Steam apps, and then the program IL2, and then binary files, because that's where the DLLs are found, and in the game. And then the one we're looking for is called OpenVR API. Okay? And that was my original. I've renamed it Open API Back. And as you can see, it's a fairly small file, 296K. Okay? The original OpenVR NeckSafer was a much more limited program. You could only extend the view left or right. You can do a lot more with the XR NeckSafer program, which is why people want to use it. Now, all you need to do is put this 64-bit DLL, you know what I mean. DLL, it's like banana. You got to know when to stop. You just have to swap it in here, and you can get the new one on GitHub. It's the 64-bit version. But maybe the safest thing to do is to sign up to the the XR NeckSafer Discord and try that. And then there are people there who will help you. But look for the OpenVR API DLL thingy. That's what you need, okay? And it just goes into your binary file. Now the other thing that's kind of handy is to have the program itself, OpenXr NeckSafer, and we'll click the OpenXr label at the top here. This shows the active OpenXr API layers. Now this is important because you have to activate it before it will work in the game. And I was driving myself crazy installing it, setting up the controls, making sure that when I hit left, it worked left, worked right, and so on. But I didn't actually have the API turned on. So let's go there and show the open active XR layers. There we are. This is the one we want. XR, A player, no vendor, XR NeckSafer. That's the key thing, XR NeckSafer. Okay? So now let's see if I can map. I think when I map my keys, yeah, I map the same thing for up and down, I think. Let's sit, I know that left and right are working. So let's try to set pitch. Okay. Set button for up. And there's the up button. We have to hit the magnifying glass to change it. Once you do that, it'll ask you to press a key. That's the key I'm going to use. Beautiful. And now we'll set we'll save that. And now we'll set the down button. And we'll hit the magnifying glass. And that's the key I want to use for that. Now we'll save it. And that should get us minus 30 one way, minus 30 the other, I guess, on pitch. Well, that's interesting. Minus 45 plus 45. Well, that's interesting. This one is showing minus 30 and minus 30. I would think, let's try the tilt up. Let's set the tilt up to 35 degrees. And let's set the tilt down to 25 and see what the difference is. See if it's mapped them separately or if I've messed up somehow. Okay, so minus 25. And set them both to minus 25. Isn't that interesting? Okay, so let's set this again. Okay. Okay, let's try that. Now as I pull back, yeah, see that shows 35 now. And this one, oh, wait a minute. This one shows 35 as well. Maybe that's what we want. But the down one, I think, should be a negative number. Let me try it again. Set the button. Okay, let's try that. Save that. Now, up sets that to 35 up. Down sets it to 35. Well, I don't know if this is going to work or not. There's something odd going on here. Is my center button working? Okay. I guess that's the one I got for set for center. All right. Okay, well, let's give it a try in the game. Let's fire up Steam VR. We'll just fire up Steam. I wonder if I need Steam. Maybe I can do it with just Steam VR. I'm not sure. I'll try it. Oh, no, it's going to want to open Steam. That's okay. Now, will it launch the game for us? Oh, I'm not going to post a review right now. Let's see if this works. Steam VR. I'm in the Steam VR beta, so that's okay. Now let's go to IL2 and start that up. It seems to be working. Yes. This can take a few minutes. I always thought that IL2 took way too long to load. Yeah, look at that. The nose down button, the look down button isn't working. It's still looking up. Okay, so there's something weird going on there. I'll have to check into that. But in the meantime, we know that right is working and left is working. And looking up is open. Up is working. Is open. Well, it's open too, but it's also working. Okay, I think that's all we need to do. I think we're done here. I want to wish you the best of luck getting this going. It's really worth it once you do. It works perfectly in DCS with no modifications at all. In IL2, you do have to make this modification. But again, it's worth it. It'll make your game much more fun if you can look around a little more easily. Checking 6 is the main thing in being able to track the bandit effectively. Because when I look up, my 66-year-old neck just won't bend that much. See what if you can hear what I'm saying there, and looking left and right isn't much better. Yeah, it's not easy being an old fat man in a cruel world, let me tell you about it. But it beats the alternative of not being in a cruel world. Well, maybe, maybe I'll just stop talking now. Rambling man, why don't you settle down and shut the hell up? That's what I'm going to do. Thank you so much for stopping in. I really appreciate it. I hope you found this useful. If you do, then I hope you will join me in playing the game and join me on this channel again. Won't you? Stop by and see us again. I appreciate it very much.